Welcome to our channel. Here, you'll discover fascinating and thrilling stories that will transport you to worlds brimming with adventure, wisdom, and love. We invite you to subscribe to stay tuned for our upcoming tales and become a part of this community of imagination and inspiration enthusiasts.
In the magical corner of the night, where stars drip with dreamy glimmers and the moon weaves tales in its silver mantle, we invite you to embark on an enchanting journey. Close your eyes and open your hearts to the enchanted story of Snow White, a princess whose life intertwines with magical spells, unforgettable friendships, and a love that defies the darkness.
On this journey, we will witness enchanted forests where magic hides among the shadows of the trees, friendships that blossom in the simplicity of a cottage, and a brave love that shatters the darkest spells. So, with the moonlight as our guide, let us delve together into the world of Snow White, where the magic of dreams and hope shines eternally. Welcome to this beautiful nighttime adventure.
Chapter 1. The Beginning of the Tale. In a realm where sunbeams danced through ancient trees and butterflies played in fields of vibrant blooms, there lived a princess named Snow White. Her hair was as dark as a starless night, her lips as red as the roses that adorn the gardens, and her skin as white as the snow-capped mountain peaks. Snow White embodied both beauty and kindness, yet her stepmother, the wicked queen, couldn't bear to share the kingdom's radiance.
The queen, consumed by her own vanity, consulted a magical mirror daily, seeking validation as the fairest in the land. However, one fateful day, the mirror's response deviated from the expected script. "Snow White is the fairest," it declared, plunging the queen into a jealous rage.
Driven by envy, the queen devised a sinister plan to rid herself of Snow White. She summoned her loyal huntsman and ordered him to lead Snow White into the forest, ensuring she never returned. However, the huntsman, burdened by a heart not entirely devoid of compassion, chose a different path. He warned Snow White of the impending danger and encouraged her to flee into the enchanted forest.
And so began the odyssey of Snow White, venturing into the mysterious and enchanted woods where secrets lay hidden and magic lingered in the air. Unbeknownst to her, this marked only the opening chapter of her tale, one rich with mystery and promise.
Chapter 2. The Enchanted Forest.
With her heart pounding and hope as her guiding light, Snow White ventured deeper into the enchanted forest. The leaves crunched beneath her delicate feet, and glimpses of light filtered through the tall ancient trees, creating a magical spectacle of dancing shadows. Each tree seemed to whisper ancient tales, and mystical creatures observed the princess's arrival with curious eyes.
Eventually, Snow White discovered a small cottage nestled among the trees. The door stood slightly ajar, and a soft glow emanated from within. Upon entering, she found herself in a cozy home inhabited by 7 dwarfs, each with a distinct personality, from the joyful and cheerful to the wise and thoughtful. The dwarfs, upon seeing the princess, welcomed her with warmth and kindness. They offered her a seat by the fire, and together they shared laughter and enchanting tales. Despite the dark shadows that loomed in the forest, the camaraderie within the cottage seemed to dispel any lingering fears.
Meanwhile, the malevolent queen, upon discovering that Snow White still lived, intensified her efforts to locate her. The enchanted forest, with its secrets and magical guardians, shielded the princess from the queen's nefarious schemes.
Days turned into nights, and Snow White became immersed in the simple and serene life of the dwarf's cottage. Every morning, she woke to the song of birds and every night she fell asleep to the murmur of the breeze. The dwarfs became true friends, and together they shared moments of joy and camaraderie in this hidden corner of the enchanted forest.
As the story unfolded, the wicked queen's attempts to find Snow White grew more desperate. Yet, within the enchanted forest, a magical bond was forming, one that would prove unbreakable in the face of adversity. This chapter, filled with magical encounters and enduring friendships, laid the foundation for Snow White's journey into the heart of the enchanted woods.
Chapter 3: The Queen's Wicked Scheme. While Snow White discovered the warmth and friendship within the dwarf's enchanted cottage, the malevolent queen, far from relenting, hatched an even darker plot. Disguised as a kind old woman, the queen ventured into the enchanted forest, determined to locate the princess and carry out her sinister intentions.
Arriving at the dwarf's cottage, the queen knocked gently on the door. Snow White, trusting and unaware of the looming danger, opened the door, welcoming the seemingly benevolent old woman inside. With a wicked gleam in her eye, the queen presented Snow White with a red, glistening apple. Unbeknownst to the princess, the apple bore a spell, a curse that would plunge her into a deep, unending slumber.
Snow White, touched by the apparent kindness of the old woman, bit into the apple. In an instant, a profound sleep overcame her, and the dwarfs, returning to the cottage, discovered their dear friend in a state of profound stillness. The dwarf's sorrow echoed through the enchanted forest, while the wicked queen, satisfied with her treacherous deed, vanished into the shadows.
The enchanted woods, though magical and protective, couldn't shield Snow White from the queen's malevolence. The once lively cottage became a haven of sadness and despair. Yet, amid the gloom, the dwarfs clung to a glimmer of hope, believing in the possibility of a miracle that could awaken their dear friend.
This chapter unfolds with a somber note as the queen's wickedness casts a shadow over the enchanted forest. Snow White's fate hangs in the balance, and the dwarfs, determined to defy the darkness, hold on to the belief that true love's light can pierce even the deepest of curses. Chapter 4: The Kiss of True Love.
The once lively cottage, now shrouded in sorrow, bore witness to the unyielding bond between the dwarfs and their dear friend, Snow White. Her form lay peacefully in a slumber induced by the queen's malevolent magic, leaving the dwarfs with heavy hearts and a profound sense of loss.
In the shadows, the wicked queen revelled in the success of her dark scheme. Yet, as the enchanted forest echoed with the mournful cries of the dwarfs, a glimmer of hope emerged from the depths of despair.
News of Snow White's fate reached the ears of a brave and noble prince who traversed the kingdom in search of adventure. Intrigued by the tale of the princess cursed by an evil spell, the prince ventured into the enchanted forest, guided by the whispers of ancient trees and the magic that lingered in the air.
Upon reaching the dwarf's cottage, the prince beheld the serene yet melancholic scene. Moved by compassion, he approached Snow White and with a gentle touch vowed to break the curse that imprisoned her in an eternal slumber.
Leaning down, the prince pressed his lips to Snow White's, as the dwarfs, their eyes filled with anticipation, watched in silence. In that moment, the enchanted forest seemed to hold its breath, and a profound stillness enveloped the cottage.
As if responding to the prince's noble intent, a magical energy surged through the air. The curse began to unravel, and colour returned to Snow White's cheeks. With a gentle stir, she awoke from her deep slumber, her eyes meeting those of the prince with gratitude and wonder.
The dwarfs, witnessing the power of true love's kiss, erupted into cheers and jubilation. The wicked queen's spell had been broken, and the enchanted forest resonated with the joyous celebration of a triumph over darkness.
In this chapter of redemption and magic, the prince and Snow White, now awakened, stood united against the forces of evil. The enchanted forest, having witnessed the resilience of love, whispered its approval, and the tale of Snow White took a turn toward a brighter, more hopeful future. Chapter 5. A Happily Ever After.
With the wicked queen's curse shattered, Snow White and the valiant prince emerged from the enchanted forest, hand in hand. The news of their triumph spread like wildfire through the kingdom, and joyous celebrations erupted in every corner.
The once dreary castle, now illuminated with the radiance of love, welcomed Snow White as its true heir. The citizens, who had endured the absence of their beloved princess, rejoiced in her return and the newfound happiness that permeated the realm.
The dwarfs, who had played an integral role in Snow White's journey, were honoured and cherished by the kingdom. The enchanted forest, having witnessed the resilience of friendship and the triumph of true love, whispered tales of their bravery through its rustling leaves.
As Snow White and the prince ruled the kingdom with benevolence and wisdom, their love became a beacon of hope for all. The malevolent queen, her dark ambitions thwarted, faded into the annals of forgotten tales.
And so, dear listeners, we reach the conclusion of Snow White's enchanting story. A narrative woven with magic, friendship, and the enduring power of love. As you close your eyes, may the echoes of this tale linger in your dreams, a reminder that even in the face of darkness, love and goodness prevail, leading to a happily ever after. Good night, and may your dreams be filled with the enchantment of timeless tales.
In the hushed embrace of the night, where stars twinkle with the remnants of enchanting tales, and the moon cradles dreams in its silver glow, we bid farewell to the captivating journey of Snow White. Through enchanted forests and trials of darkness, this tale has unfolded like a tapestry, weaving together the threads of magic, courage, and undying love.
In the end, the resilience of Snow White and the prince triumphed over the malevolence of the wicked queen. Their love, like a beacon, illuminated the kingdom, dispelling shadows and bringing forth a dawn of joy and celebration. The dwarfs, once humble companions, stood as heroes in the kingdom's eyes, and the enchanted forest whispered tales of their bravery through the rustling leaves.
As Snow White and the prince ruled with benevolence, the kingdom flourished in the warmth of their love. The malevolent queen, her ambitions thwarted, faded into the forgotten pages of history, leaving behind a realm bathed in the glow of newfound happiness.
So, as we bid adieu to this enchanting tale, may its magic linger in your hearts, a testament to the enduring power of hope, friendship, and true love. May your dreams be touched by the timeless enchantment of stories that defy the darkness and lead us into the embrace of a happily ever after. Good night, and may your dreams be filled with the echoes of wondrous tales.
Thank you, dear listeners, for joining us at Sleep Storytelling today. Your support means the world to us. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a soothing bedtime story. We're grateful for your trust in us to guide you into a peaceful night's sleep. Sleep tight, and may your dreams be filled with wonder. Until next time, from all of us here at Sleep Storytelling, good night.